Coming up, Pope Francis remains in critical condition.
Lester Holt is stepping down as an anchor of NBC Nightly News.
And protests about the layoffs at Yosemite National Park.
Plus weather, entertainment, and sports coming up on PS News.
Hello Plattsburgh, I'm Molly Ryan.
And I'm Sylvia Mania. And welcome to PS News.
Pope Francis remains in critical condition. But Monday, the Vatican announced his condition has improved slightly. The update came a day after the Vatican said blood tests shows mild signs of kidney failure. Monday's statement said the kidney issues are not a cause for concern. The 88-year-old pontiff resumed some work Monday afternoon from the hospital. Francis has now been hospitalized since February 14th when he was admitted for respiratory issues.
Lester Holt is stepping down as an anchor of NBC Nightly News. In a memo to staffers on Monday, Holt said he will continue to host the Dateline NBC, the network's prime-time news magazine, full-time. Holt will leave the newscast this summer. He was elevated to the job in 2015 and became the first African-American solo anchor of the weekly network nightly newscast. NBC did not immediately name Holt's successor. Tom Llamas, who frequently fills in for Holt, is in line for the post.
Over the weekend, people protest the layoffs at Yosemite National Park. The layoffs are a part of an estimated 200,000 federal workers laid off as part of President Trump's overhaul of the federal government. Vince Ybarra spoke with one of those former workers at Yosemite.
People united will never be defeated.
Dozens of people were protesting for the workers who were laid off in Yosemite National Park. They even flew the American flag upside down off El Capitan. 1,000 national park workers were told their job was terminated on February 14th. The day is now being called by some the Valentine's Day Massacre. This email was sent to Andrea Townsend, a specialist at Yosemite.
Attached to the email was a termination notice, basically outlining that I was still in my probationary period, meaning I had been in my specific position for less than 1 year, and that my skills and knowledge did not meet the current needs of the administration.
President Trump hasn't publicly made a comment on the cuts impacting national parks, but on Sunday, he posted a meme to his social media account appearing to mock the federal employees targeted by the Department of Government Efficiency's cuts. Townsend is confused about how she could be laid off when her role at the national park was funded through grant money.
It made me really angry. I work really hard at my job. I have 2 degrees. I studied fishers my entire life, and to tell me that I'm not meeting the standards of my job, like I said, it's the complete lie.
Townsend believes this is just a step towards privatizing public land. She says she's concerned about workers who are left to manage the national park.
They're just going to have to work now even harder to continue to provide the experience that visitors expect here in Yosemite and to protect the resources here in Yosemite.
Townsend says she's considering all options for getting her job reinstated, which includes an appeal through the Department of Interior National Park Service and a possible class action lawsuit.
Last month, President Trump said national parks were not going to be allowed to hire seasonal workers this year. But now he says national parks like Yosemite will be able to do that.
3 boaters off the Florida coast are safe. After the Coast Guard came to their rescue on Sunday, this video from the Coast Guard shows the 3 boaters were found sitting on top of their capsized vessel. According to the Coast Guard, they were taken to the Coast Guard station Fort Myers to get checked out. No other details were given. After this brief intermission, we will be back with our weather and entertainment updates. Stay with us.
The sport of jiu-jitsu is mainly for, you can use it for self-defense. That's the number one reason it appeals to people. There's other people who come to this club for the competition aspect, and also a lot of others who do it for the workout aspect. It has multiple ways of appealing to different audiences, and you should come give it a try. You might like it.
Hello Plattsburgh, I'm meteorologist Marcel Gibbs. Let's take a look at your local weather. If you thought it was going to warm up anytime soon, you are dead wrong. We got 19 for Owl's Head, 23 for Vermontville, 19 for Dannemora, 26 for Osceola Forks. We got 26 as well for Plattsburgh. At least we're in the highs compared to everywhere else. That's all you can ask for. 21 for St. Albans City and 25 for Williamston. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Not even peaking over 40. This is not what I like to see. Friday, we got no sun, temperature of 26, cloudy. And then Saturday, sun comes back, does its job for a little bit, temperature of 39, the highest we're going to see this entire week. And then it plummets. No clouds, no excuses, just the sun to pay for its crimes of a temperature of 13. Monday, it doubles, goes up to 26. The clouds come back, which makes it really confusing on how that's working. And then Tuesday, we get rain. The sun is still somehow here. And clouds with a temperature of 38. I'm hoping next week we have a little bit more heat so I can put these gloves away. Back to the desk for entertainment news.
Singer Roberta Flack has died. The Grammy Award-winning singer is best known for romantic ballads like Killing Me Softly with his song. According to a statement from her publicist, Flack died at home surrounded by her family. Her death followed several years of health challenges, including a diagnosis of ALS, also known as low Graig's disease. She was 88 years old. After 4 seasons, Only Murders in the Building seems to be getting its dues. After putting off 2 upsets at the Screen Actors Guild Awards in Los Angeles on Sunday, the Hulu comedy, which is heading into its 5th season, was nominated for 2 awards and walked away with both of them. Actor Martin Short, who was absent after contracting COVID last week at SNL's 50th anniversary special, won for Best TV Comedy Actor, his first SAG award ever. The show also scored the win for Best TV Comedy Ensemble. These are the first major awards the series has won. The annual Screen Actors Guild Awards were handed out in Los Angeles on Sunday, honoring the best in film and television. And the FX series Shogun had a big night. The television show was nominated for 5 awards and walked away with 3. Actor Hiroyusuke Sanada won for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Drama Series. And his co-star Anna Sawai picked up the award for Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Drama Series. Shogun also won Best Performance by an Ensemble in a Drama Series. And Outstanding Action Performance by a Stunt Ensemble in Television Series. The U.S. Postal Service will soon honor a legendary entertainer with her own stamp. Betty White died more than 3 years ago, just weeks shy of her 100th birthday. The Postal Service will release a stamp next month honoring the late actress and comedian. The stamp features in a white-purple blouse against a violet-colored background. Her name is printed in white text underneath her portrait, and Forever USA is printed below her name. The Betty White tribute will be a new Forever stamp. These stamps never expire and currently sell for 73 cents a stamp. The Postal Service will host a special event on March 27 to unveil the new stamp at Los Angeles Zoo and Botanical Gardens, where White was a trustee, benefactor, and volunteer. White was a staunch animal rights activist. That's all I have for your entertainment news, Plattsburgh. We'll be back with our sports updates. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Cole Kajajian, and I am the SUNY Plattsburgh Film Club president. Here at the club, we tackle all aspects of film, from film production to film analysis.
It's a place where we come together, have fun, and talk about movies we love.
After our first meeting, the club really flourished into a great community, and we can't wait to build that throughout the year.
The film club is a safe place for anyone and is open to everyone.
Hello, Plattsburgh. I am your host, John Vilker, for Sports Anchor today, and if you're a baseball fan, I must ask you a question. Do you disagree with the New York Yankees rule banning their players from having beards? If so, I've got great news for you. The team has scrapped the rule, amending its facial hair policy to allow well-groomed beards. The strict facial hair rule has been in place since the 1970s. The team had generally required players to be clean-shaven when in uniform, but mustaches were allowed. The rule had drawn criticism from various players over the years. Major League Baseball is ending its long-standing broadcast relationship with ESPN. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred informed team owners that both parties agreed to let the contract expire at the end of the upcoming 2025 season. The split between baseball and the network will end a nearly 40-year partnership. Manfred said that the MLB was not open to the network's request for a reduction in rights fees. The commissioner also pointed to what he said was inadequate coverage of baseball outside of live game broadcast on ESPN. The league is hoping that the split will allow it to regain control of local broadcast rights and pursue streaming and other broadcast options across digital, social, and linear platforms. That's all I have for sports this week, Plattsburgh. Now, back to the desk.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in for this week's Plattsburgh State News Update.
We're your news anchors, Sylvia Mania
and Molly Ryan. Stay tuned for the next weekly news update and be sure to stay tuned for the upcoming shows.
You can find those shows here on our YouTube. Also be sure to follow us on Instagram at Plattsburgh State TV.
Have a safe and fulfilling week, Plattsburgh.